Morning YouTube. I'm still making this journal and I just started stitching the cover. Thought it might be something you would like to see. You're going to see it anyway, so bear with me. Hopefully not going to drop you today. Did well yesterday. Alright, that's it. I think you're low enough. Take the glasses off. I don't need it for short close work. Okay, before I start it again, so this is where I've got to so far. This is literally cut off the pillowcase that I told you about yesterday, or whenever you watch this, the first one. So I've just chosen some lacy trim bits. I had these blue flowers here, so I'm just about to sew this piece of trim on here and get up the right way. Once that trim stitch there, I'm going to stitch the flower on, and that'll be the front of the cover. You can just see the rest of it here. Hold on. So, sorry, it's back to front for you guys. Let me turn it around. That's the back cover. This is going to cover the spine. This is all loose at the moment. I like to put a thin piece of cardboard in the middle just to give it a little bit of oomph to the cover, and then that's going to stitch on to the front here at the bottom. So it's all pieced basically. So I shall carry on. I say I thought you might want to see what I was up to. I normally free motion these bits and pieces on, but it's going on all right with my foot, so I shall carry on. Last night I made, I finished the pages. Again, I'll show you that in a minute. And whilst watching YouTube, I've been watching that Sewing Street. I think it's the new version of the Sewing Quarter. Sorry, can't think and do buttons at the same time. Yeah, so just been, you can just sort of switch off and craft to it. I didn't buy anything. I was really good. So that was something. Oh, I've now conveniently lost my blue flower. Oh, I found me the lid to my Yoo-Hoo, by the way. It was in the oh, there's the flower. It's in the box on the floor because, you know. So there I was blaming the cat, and bless her, it wasn't her. Talking of which, yes, we have a space invader. We might get invaded in a moment. Right, let's just stitch this flower on. Quite simply, going to go corner to corner, side to side. Didn't really want zigzag, so we changed that. I'm using my decent machine, if you like. I am going to sew the cardboard, the paper and stuff with it. I'm due a needle change anyway, so that's fine. Normally I wouldn't sew paper and card on here because I do like to keep it good for my fabrics, basically. I'm trying to stumbling to say there. Right. I do wish when I bought this I'd have bought the one with the automatic thread cutter. I seem to remember it was quite a bit extra, but actually when, you know, I do quite a bit of free motion embroidery, so I think that would have been very handy. So there we are, there's all the bits and bobs. Okay, so next job is to sew what is going to be the spine cover. So I've just got 2 bits of lace here, and they should be meeting, which they're not. I found this blue fabric. It's a very old piece of old curtain. I'll say me and my curtains. But it was a beautiful vintage print. Have I got a piece? No, I haven't. And it's lovely. It's got lots of floral on it. And I thought, well, as we've done flowers and stuff in here, This doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, I can show you because I'm lining the book with it. So that'll be the lining. So that'll just be the inside. Well, obviously lining. Right. Let's just see if we can get this ribbon right up the middle. It doesn't have to be really perfect. I mean, it's the spine of a book, and like I keep saying, they're junk journals, you know, they do not have to be, I want it to be as nice as possible, but they don't have to be perfect, so I'm not going to worry too much. Just want to make sure this ribbon, I'm going to stitch it either side because I want it to catch the lacy bits that I'm going to put on. And a bit wonky there. Taking it nice and easy, I'm not going mental with the speed. I have got the walking foot on, left on here from when I was doing the quilting stuff, so thought I'd utilise that. Does make a difference. I know a lot of people sew with them on all the time, so I'm just going to be lazy and just cut across there like that. Sew the other side. That'll be the spine stitched. A little bit of speed on. I'm not going to back stitch because some of this has got to be cut off to length, so right, so that's that goes on there. And I'm just going to stitch the frill on the bottom here. Don't know which way up to sew that. I think it's best that way actually. Do I put that on now or do I sew the front? I think I'm going to leave that till last, and I think I'll get the cardboard bit up here. Like I say, I don't normally sew the card on here, but do a needle change, so I think I'm going to do this first, and then if it goes a bit wonky donkey down the bottom there, I can use that, yeah, because I want that to show quite well. So I did plan it that, I don't, can you see? Yeah, I planned it that this would stick up, cover up here. Let's just get this stitched on. It's all shifted, right? Down you come. I frayed the edges. I did tear it to instead of cutting it, I tore the fabric. See, can't do this and talk at the same time. I'm a woman. Just be able to multitask. Right. Before that all shifts again, let's get that. You're not going to catch, are you? Okay, it's going to have to go right up there. I didn't want to cover up too much of that ribbon, but in order to get that to stay, I'm going to have to cover up a bit. Here we go, take a breath, deep breath. I'm going to try a zigzag. I'll take it down to a size 4. I don't want it to be too big. Let's do it. It's not going to like this very much because it's going through card, fabric, double layers of everything, so it's going to be a bit noisy, sorry. Why do you keep shifting? Should have pinned or clipped, shouldn't I? I do not want that fringy bit to get caught up in there. Sometimes the faster I go, the more accurate I am. So, sorry for the noise. I'll make it as quick as possible. all of this, of course, you know, if it just goes wonky, you can just take it all back again, as it has there. Marvellous. Okay, you can see a bit of lace in the future. That'll cover that up. Okay, I'm just going to zigzag around the whole thing now, I think, and get this secured onto the card. And then we'll do any covering up of minor adjustments. Once all this is on. Because once this is on, as I say, you can chop and change things around, and back covers moved. I don't think I showed you the back cover. It's a piece of that furnishing fabric out of those fabric sample book things that I took apart. That I showed you a couple of episodes ago. Sorry, it's probably very noisy. I do apologise. Let's get that pin out of there. I think this was, yeah, this was right up to the edge of the fabric, so just smush that bit down there. I'll put the needle back in just to hold that so it doesn't all fall out again, but it's too far over that way. Okay, here we go. Just catching a little bit of the card, I can hear it. I can tell by the sound it's making, which is fine. We all don't want to be puckered underneath. I've left plenty of room on the spine for the journal to go in. Well, I think. Find out in a minute. Right. I'll go back round and zigzag again, and I'll drag all these edges over with the next lot of zigzagging. I just want to get this secured down. Once it's on, it's a lot easier. Let's just stretch this back up. It seems to have shrunk a little bit. Right. So it's amazing what a bit of lace will cover up. Thank goodness. Right, let's have a look, see how we did. It's not too bad. I just messed up this this edge here slightly up the top there. As you can see, it's gone off a little bit. I've got some nice thin lace that I might put down the front anyway. So let's get the spine stitched on. I left this bit loose at the moment, so because I wanted that to come out and over. So that's about right there. That's there. I'm going to take it over in, oh actually no I can't, I'll put it down there. I need these bits to line up. Actually no, I'll line them up. I'll be good. I'll line them up. Okay, I'm going to stitch. Where am I going to stitch? I'm going to stitch on this fabric, I think, because this should then seal everything in. If I stitch under, okay, you might see the stitches. It's not a biggie, as I say. It's it is the beauty of junk journaling. You can kind of make it up as you go along, really. So just as well. The Space Invaders in. What are you up to? You can't get up there, and I can't pull the blind because it's too bright. And the lovely people in YouTube land won't be able to see what I'm up to. She'll probably knock everything off the windowsill in a moment, trying to get up there. She does like to sit and nosy out. She's not much of an outdoor cat, actually. I don't know why, because her sister was. Sadly, I lost her when she was... she got hit by a car. It broke my heart. She was a beautiful girl, But they couldn't save her. She was brain damaged, so it was terribly sad. So Mackie is the last of her litter, actually. You can see, no, you can't see her anyway. It's on the table behind me. I'll tell you the story of Mackie one day. If she survives. What are you doing? You're going to crash everything in a minute. Right, okay, so that's on there. It's looking okay on the lining as well, which is all good. Keep forgetting about that bit. So that will be the lining. I think, yeah, I'm gonna stitch these down because it looks like blinking aeroplane wings there, doesn't it? Yeah, they need stitching down. I'll just do that with a straight stitch, not zigzag. Okay. Mackerel, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be in here. You were asleep 5 minutes ago. Right, just quickly down here. Got a nice heavyweight jeans needle in. Unless I'm sewing something really thin, I just kind of use that my go-to. Otherwise I just go through needles left, right and centre. I think I'm a bit harsh on my equipment sometimes. I do expect it to just go through. Hang on, cat attack. What are you doing? What are you doing? Behave. Right. Right, lovely. Okay. So now that that's all on, I can stitch this last bit here. I deliberately didn't stitch this because I knew it was going to run over there. So let me just stitch that down, stitch the rest of it. It's just to hold it. It's just a chopped up bit of cotton doily. I've got a million other things in my room, so I have just gone, I've made a decision, which is a big decision for my craft room. I'm going to, hold on. I'm going to reorganise it. It's not working. I feel too hemmed in and closed in, and it's just messy. And it's driving me bonkers. And I never used to be one to want all my stuff to be in boxes, you know, tidied away and all the rest of it. But actually, the more time I spend in here, I now realise that I actually do think it might help. I don't know, I want to say, you know, something poncy like clarity or something, but it can sometimes be too much, and a lot of the stuff I've got in here I don't use all the time. So I'm going to have a blooming good purge and get rid of some stuff that, you know, either I just don't do anymore, or I don't want, or, you know, all of the above. And I've decided to, I mean, it's going to cost a fortune. Hang on, let me just talk to you properly. It's going to cost, I don't know, over £100, but I want to get uniform storage boxes, basically. It's all in, let me just swivel it that way and you'll see. It's all in ad hoc boxes, trays. I mean, it's just a mess. Hello. Cat's having a mad half hour. What are you doing? Oh. Never work with kids and animals. Okay. Yeah, so, oh, sorry, look at the tip, honestly. Behind that chair is all the fabric that I've been making with my quilt and everything. But as you can see, it's just boxes and boxes and weirdness, and it's just a blimmin' mess. And it's starting to get on my pip now. So I've got 3 of these I've only got 2 in here at the moment. I've got another one that I moved out. It's the Big Billy bookcases from IKEA, as every craft room has in it, doesn't it, IKEA? But what I want to do is get the I can't remember what they're called. Hang on. I think they're called hold on. Tenger. Anyway, it's just their cardboard boxes. I've made some amazing plans. Look at that, plans and everything. But it's going to cost £148. But that's not just the cardboard boxes. That is one of the Kallax cube things as well. I want the 1x4 because I've got a lot of scrapbook paper. And I know they fit in there perfectly. I've got the plastic boxes for them, so I just want to get that organised properly. And then I've got, I don't know if you can see it. I picked up these units. These units here. I mean, they're just paper trays, but I've got all my Sizzix dies in these. So they will fit in the 12x12, you know, the Kallax units. They have the 12x12 cube things, stands things. So I've got 2 of these. I've got one there and one down on the ground, well, in the cupboard down there. And so yeah, I'll have those 2 at the top, and then I've got all my scrapbook papers down here. So I figure if I have that, it'll just tidy it all up basically. And then, you know, a lot of this stuff I've got up here, I don't use it every day. I mean, I've got a lot of jewellery making stuff. I've got a lot of mixed media stuff and things like that. And I don't need to have it all out on show all the time. And then on top of the other cupboard behind the door, hold on, let me shut the door. Right, all tight. And behind here, I mean, this is, you know, this is a really, oh, that one there. It's a really wobbly black stand that I've got all my fabric in big boxes, which isn't working. I mean, it's a nightmare. I'm a bit reluctant to go in there because it's just a mess. So, and then this, in that unit there, that 1/2 is just like miscellaneous boxes and, you know, it's just stuff. So I'm going to have a bit of a sort out, I think, because look at it. I mean, it's not inspiring me anymore. So I won't be able to film. I mean, what I might, well, you've seen the before. I'll carry on with the before. I'll do you a proper panoramic view. And then I'm hoping the after will be good. I'm going to move the table into the darker end of the room because, as you can probably see, the sun just, and I say it's okay this time of year in the winter, but in the summer I sit here and I cook. So yeah, that's no good. So anyway, right, we totally digressed there. That will be, oh, I don't know when. I've got to find the money first. So hold on. Here's the guts of the journal. So I can't remember what I've shown you and what I haven't shown you actually, but basically it's all ready now. So I just need to, let me just angle you down a bit, otherwise you're not going to see anything. Right, here we are. So I did the long journal cards here, tag journal card things. I did decide to line the inside of that. It was just a bit too blue. That's that music paper. So we've done that. What else? We did that little thing. That I've just left. I mean, you can, as I say, you can stick photos or whatever you want on there. This one I've made it jam-packed with flowers, and I put some of those scribbly flowers on the back there. Creations by Cece. I'm sure that's who it was that showed me those. Yeah, bits and bobs. That's that lovely bird paper in the middle. Still can't believe I forgot I had that big book. I've had it a couple of, well, it must be a couple of months now. It's been a while since I've been to a car boot. I just put a little tag in there, paperclip. The journal card is inside. I found a nice tag already done. See, this is the trouble. I've got all this stuff and I was just rummaging. I did cover up the other half of the garden page. with a bit of lined paper and a bit of coffee dyed paper. There's that. I think I showed you. It's the other half of the little bag, and the bird journal tag thingy in there with lined paper on the back. I just, oh, that's why I wouldn't make. You've got a paper clip on it, Susan. Right. So I just put a fancy paper clip on there just to hold that in, just to make sure it stayed there. I put one of those flowers on the back of that. That was a real simple but very effective, and it sort of ties it in with the other side there. Stamping. I think I showed you that. I didn't bother to put a thingy on there. If you can't, you know, it's, well, I don't know, it's pretty obvious, I thought. I stuck in some, I found some lovely blue vellum stickery things, so I put that one on there. I think I showed you the giant tag, so that's gone in the music paper that I covered up, and I did another one of the big flowers down there, bit of lacy bits and bobs. I covered up the back with a big words, one of the big pages out of the gardening book. And then the last thing I had to do last night, I think I left you, I did a big tag. It's not shaped like a tag, but I call them big tags. Found some nice little ones again in my stash, and the birdie journaling card there just poking out, and then I just put some paper clips and stuff. That is plenty. I mean, it's, it's quite a chunky monkey, as I say, and then it leaves plenty of room for whoever gets this, whoever wants it, to add their own stuff. So it will go in the journal. I've made it plenty big enough, so it will, plenty of room to add loads of stuff. So I just need to sew. I'm gonna have to pamphlet stitch it in. It's far too, I think I'd really risk breaking my needle if I tried to go through there. Well, I don't know, actually. Having said that, it might do, because what I kind of think is, well, if it can go through layers and layers of wadding and quilt material, I might. No, I won't be lazy. I'll properly stitch it in. So yeah, so that's okay. I'm happy with that, actually. It's come out quite nice. I don't think I showed you the back. As I say, it's that lovely piece of furnishing fabric. It's yeah, beautiful. So pleased with that. I generally just make a loose tie, just a ribbon or something that I'll find that matches, although the bird's smack bang in the middle. I might stitch here and here and put a side tie on it. That'd probably be easiest, won't it? Okay, so I just need to stitch that in, put that little bit in there. I'll just get a little bit of lace and hide up my boo-boo, which is just there. It's just gone off, but that's fine. I can do a scrappy bit of lace there. That'll look fine. So there, one bird journal. And I think I said to you last night, I took my tray, my trusty lap tray. Just move you back a bit, you'll be able to see better. My lap tray down, and as I say, watching stuff, garbage on TV, actually. Well, not TV, but computer, because I'm a weirdo. I don't have a TV. So I just, again, with the gardening bits and bobs, just made some very simple journaling cards. I'm going to add some lace and stuff. I didn't take that downstairs with me. But this is using up old book pages. This is a piece of paper that I'd sprayed randomly. Again, another image. Again, bits and bobs, bits of lace and stuff. So I need to do all that, which doesn't take 2 minutes, actually. And then that's a decoupage napkin. Again, backed. Again, just needs trims and things added to it, really. Ooh, that's gone. Okay, same again. Decoupage napkin. And then I did some bigger ones. I can't, oh, there we are. I'll hold it there. So I'm going to put that lace on there on the bottom. And then I've got some of the fabric from the leftover from the bird journal, which has got the leaves and things on. So I tend to sort of just do a rough pleat up the side. So that'll be something else that needs doing, which is fine. Again, another big one. Yeah, I didn't stick these because I want to stitch them. So that'll be a ruffle across the bottom of the page. As again, another bit of lace hanging out the bottom there. Sorry, you can't see. And then I've left this unstuck. So when it's all sewn, I'll stick it together, and then I will put coffee dyed paper on the back and stitch all the way around. So that'll be a really nice big journal card. It should fit in an A5. Yeah, it'll fit in an A5 size journal, so that'll be fine. And then I did some tall skinny ones, again with images out of the bird book, gardening book, and those little flowers. I think I showed you those. Again, this is paper doily. I just messed around with that and lined the backs. I just left that, that's fine. Again, I'll do stitching around those. I'll have to hold this one up to you. This one is again another montage. Again, I haven't stuck it together because I want to hide the stitching on the back. So once that's all stuck and sewn, I can't turn it over. Same again, coffee dyed paper on the back, and then I stitch all the way around, and that's them two together. This one's already stuck. I think I had it in mind that I was going to chop it up, and yes, it would fit in an A5. If I'll chop the bottom off. I might just turn it into a massive journaling card, or it could be the front of a new journal. Don't know, mess around with that one. I just found it randomly. So that's all those. I think that's everything I've got to show you at the moment. I'm desperate to get on with my quilt. Oh, I know what I did want to tell you. Bear with. I said to you the bird pillowcases that I got. Hold on. I said to you I got the quilt that matched it, but I didn't realise that the whole back of the quilt, it's a quilt cover, sorry, is all the birds. So I've got so much bird material. So it's actually, I was planning to use, because there's the other side. Hang on. See, the other side has just got like a quilted panel for presumably near the top. Yeah, it would be the top actually. And I could have sworn the other side was plain, because that's what I was going to use to back my quilt when I finished it. But it's got the birds on it. I could still use it, but it seems a shame because there is, like, you know, meters and meters and meters of this lovely bird fabric. So I don't know now. I don't know. So anyway, yeah. If I start the mission of reorganising my craft room, I'll take you on the journey because it's going to be painful. Some of the units will. I've got plenty of room in my bedroom, and yeah, it's just me. Cat doesn't take up much room, so I've got plenty of room in my bedroom to put the big white unit that's in here, because the other half of that is clothing. I resell clothing on eBay as well. Done it for quite a while now, but so that is kind of like storage for that. Bear with me. Sit there cuddling it otherwise. Yeah, so one half of that is not even really used for craft stuff, and I've got room for that in my bedroom, so I can dedicate all that, because I want to expand that shop, so I can dedicate all that to eBay, and it's all clean and tidy, and then it gives me plenty of room in here, because the black unit in the corner is actually starting to collapse under the weight of all the fabric. That one there, the shelves are starting to bow. Ooh. Even though it's meant to take 25 kilos on each shelf, it really isn't. Mind you, there's probably a lot more than 25 kilos in those boxes, so it just needs to sort out. It's just starting to get on my nerves, quite frankly. So I'm going to have about 3 billion plastic boxes, which I know the last time I did this, I did get rid of loads, and I just put them as a job lot on eBay. I packed them all into one of the bigger boxes, and just said, you know, you just buy the whole box, and it went quite easily, so that was fine. So, you know, for other crafters it's lovely, but I decided I like the see-through plastic, but I've now got to the point where it's starting to, it just looks messy, and I'm not happy with it. As I say, because half of this stuff I don't use on a regular, I don't use regularly, so to put it in boxes, and I've got the labeler, I can easily label it, and then if I get it in zones, if you like, a mixed media zone, and because I've got all my acrylic paints and stuff like that, and a jewellery making zone. I want to get a new trolley because this one is just so dodgy. It's, look at that. Leaning Tower of Pisa. Yeah, so it just needs a damn good tidy up, I'll be honest with you. So I think that'll be one heck of a job, but worth doing. So anyway, I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to get on and sew all of these journaling bits and bobs and restock the old Etsy shop, as I say, because it's looking a bit dire at the moment. And lots of lovely people in America have been buying stuff. I don't know why, because it costs them a fortune postage. But anyway, thank you very much if you do. I think that's everything I wanted to say at the moment. Just wanted to take you, just to show you the final bits on that. And if you want to see the final, once it's all stitched in, then, you know, let me know. But as I say, basically, that's going to be it. Yeah. And I'll just simply stitch on some a lace closure or something there with plenty of room so that it can open out. But it's ended up quite a nice, you know, not alligatory. Alligatory, is that a word? Yeah, anyway, there we are. That's it. Yeah. Oh, I've got to stitch that frill on the bottom, haven't I? Okay, back to sewing. Lovely, thanks very much. I'll leave it there because otherwise they drag on. It's 37 minutes. I don't know why I talk so long. Well, I do actually, but anyway. Have a nice day. See you again. Bye.